Good afternoon all. So today we will be discussing about Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 is an amendment to the Citizenship Act of 1955. Several times in 1985, 2003, several times the Citizenship Act got amended. And finally, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 came into picture. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 came into picture. So, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 was notified on December 12, 2019 and came into force from January 10, 2020. This is the Citizenship Amendment Act. So, what the crux is, sir? Simple. The crux of the Citizenship Amendment Act is the NDA government, means the BJP government, National Democratic Alliance government, which is headed by the BJP, Narendra Modi government. In 2019, they thought that, and they made it also, the persecuted minorities in Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh, except Muslims. Why? Because Muslims are their minority. Muslims are their majority. In these three countries, the Muslims are majority. So, apart from this Muslims, whoever minorities are there in this particular countries, Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians, these six communities will be given citizenship, if they had came to India as a legal migrant or illegal migrant. So, there is nothing called as legal migrant. So, there is called as illegal migrant. So, when they came India before December 13, 2004, those public, 2014, those people will be provided with citizenship of India. So, mainly the minorities except Muslims. So, the issue of contention is why Muslims were being not allowed to give the citizenship. Why Muslims were being not allowed to give the citizenship. So, we will be discussing now the Citizenship Amendment Act, BARE Act. We will call it as BARE Act. What is BARE Act means? The original draft of the bill. The original draft of the bill which got amended and which got legislated. That original points which are there in the legislation, that original points are called as BARE Act. That we will be discussing in this particular Citizenship Amendment Act. So, listen, the original act is 1955, it got amended in 2019. It talks about what? Whom the citizenship can be provided. This amendment talks about whom the citizenship can be provided. Already we know, according to the Citizenship Act of 1955, by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization and by incorporation of territory, any person can get the citizenship if they satisfy these 5 conditions, according to the Citizenship Act of 1955. According to the Citizenship Act of 1955. So, apart from this, then what is the amendment all about? So, which is not there in this. So, how the citizenship we are going to provide according to the new bill, we are going to discuss now. So, the objective of the Citizenship Amendment Act is to grant Indian citizenship to persecuted minorities from 3 countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, who Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Buddha, Parsi and Christians, from 3 countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. What is the cutoff date? December 31, 2014. The cutoff date is December 31, 2014. Earlier I told 2004. 2014 it is, a type error it is. So, 2014, December 31. December 31, 2014. So, before December 31, 2014, December 31st, 2014, whoever the persecuted minorities, whoever came to India from these 3 countries before December 31st, 2014, they will be provided with citizenship. Those from these communities facing religious persecution, means discrimination, exploitation, atrocities, together called as persecution of the minorities of these countries, will be provided citizenship. Will not be treated as illegal immigrants, but given with Indian citizenship. Will not be treated as illegal migrants. Why? Because if they come illegally also, they will be provided with citizenship now. So the Muslims of India, the major issue which happened in 2019, because of which dangal, because of which the communalism happened in Delhi, is because of why you are having stepmotherly attitude towards, Muslims. If you are not giving Muslims, then you should not give to everyone. If you want to give to the 6 minor groups, then you should also give to Muslims also. That is where the issue all happened. However, whether it is applied across India, yes, it is applied across India, except 6th schedule of the Constitution. Except 6th schedule of the Constitution, which is called as tribal areas. AM, TM, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. AM, TM. So in AM, TM, if any person is coming and staying here, they will not be provided with citizenship and they will be sent back to other parts of the region, but they will not be allowed to stay here. Why? Because Schedule 5 is tribal areas. So in Schedule 6 of the Constitution, which is called as tribal areas, 4 states of the northeastern states, 4 states of the country will be called as tribal areas or tribal area states, where if illegal migrant is also there in that particular part of the country, they will not be provided with citizenship. Why? Because the outsiders are not allowed to enter into this area. In spite of that, if they are staying there, they will be sent back, but no citizenship will be provided for the people who are staying there. Second thing, inner line permit. There is another concept called as inner line permit. Earlier, the inner line permit was given by Eastern Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 outside the Act's purview, means some areas like Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram. In that states, some districts are considered as inner line permit, means if I want to go into that particular area, if I want to go into that particular district, I have to get the permission from the state government. So inner line, if I want to cross the inner line, then compulsory I have to take the permission. There also citizenship is exempted. Anyhow, any person want to come, they have to take the permission, no? So if he is a non-tribe, then why they will allow? They will not give permission. But theoretically, in tribal areas, not allowed. Wherever inner line permit is there, not allowed. So, Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019. Bill considers only religious persecution and excludes social and political persecution. So, what is this? Sir, what is the debate? What is the debate means? In Pakistan, Shias are also persecuted. In Muslims, 2 groups are there. In Muslims, 2 groups are there. And how in Hindus, we have Vaishnavism and Shaivism. Vaishnavites and Shaivites, in the same way, in Muslims also there is a group called as Sunni and there is a group called as Shia. The Shias are subjected to persecution. The Shias are subjected to atrocities. So another question is, you are considering only religion as the criteria. You can also consider the social and political persecution also. What the mistake Shias did? What the mistake Shias did? You should also allow the Shiites. You should also allow the Shia people. Why? Because they are also subjected to persecution. So that means your motto is only religious. Your motto is not sympathy. If your motto is sympathy, on sympathy basis, if you are giving to this 6 groups, then you should also give to the Shias. You should also give to the Ahmadiyya sect, another sect which is called as Ahmadiyya. they are also subjected to persecution. So your intention is not sympathy, your intention is not social, your intention is religious. That is one criticism. And bill violates Article 14. The bill violates Article 14. Why? Because equality. Why there is a specific discrimination for the Muslims who are coming from the foreign, mainly from these three countries, means categorically you are discriminating. Another criticism. Bill violates. Next, contradictory to the objective of NRC. What is this NRC? I will tell you, see, listen. Contradictory to the objective of NRC. So, National Register of Citizens, there is an Assam Accord. In this Assam Accord, they mentioned that all the locals of the Assams will be entered into this National Register Citizen. Whoever are not there in the National Register of Citizens means, it means that they are illegal migrants. We have been discussing about NRC, National Register of Citizens. National Register of Citizens means mainly the citizens according to the Assam Accord. A list will be made. According to that list, whoever are present, according to the list, whoever are present, the nationals of that particular region, the nationals of those region will be made in the form of a list. If any person is not present in the NRC, is considered as illegal migrant. So the question what happened? According to the Assam Accord, a NRC will be made. Already in 1951, one NRC was been there. But according to the Assam Accord, a new NRC was being prepared and a list has been present with the government of Assam. But this Citizenship Amendment Act, now it is telling that according to NRC, whoever are not there in the NRC list are illegal migrants. But now what it is telling, so whoever are not there in the list, if those people who are not there in the list, if those are Hindus or Sikhs or Parsis or Jains or Buddhists or Christians, will be given place in the NRC, will be given citizenship, and their names will be given to the National Register of Citizens. Will be given to the National Register of Citizens. So what happening now? The Assam Accord, the Assam people are getting agitated. The Assam people are getting angry. How? Why? Because you giving the citizenship, now they are going to become the legal citizens of the Assam. So we will be suffering. Already the wages which we are earlier we used to get, now the wages has been reduced by because of the competition of the illegal migrants, and now the same for illegal migrants you are giving the citizenship, our livelihood opportunities we will lose. The demography will lose, the population will increase, the political equations will change. That is what the issue about in Assam. Then what happened? The government had later gave a notification that this Citizenship Amendment Act will not be applied to Assam also. Then the people came to an end. Then the people were being silent. Then the Assam agitations came to an end. So what are the exceptions now? The exceptions are Schedule 6. Exceptions are inner line permit as well as the areas which are covered under, क्या है? The areas which are covered under Assam Accord, and those Assam Accord where the NRC was being taken. The areas which was covered under the Assam Accord, and in those areas NRC list will be as it is. There will not be any addition, there will not be any deletion, hence the illegal migrants will be considered as illegal migrations only. So what are the exceptions? Schedule 6. What are the exceptions? Inner line permit. What are the exceptions? Assam Accord where the NRC was being conducted. Assam Accord territories, the territories which had an agreement with the Assam. So what are the laws? What are the laws? It violates the basic tenet of the constitution. Illegal migrants are distinguished based on the religion. How you will distinguish based on the religion? Why? Because our constitution is telling that there should not be any distinction based upon the religion. First violation. The first violation is you distinguished based upon the religion. It perceived to be a demographic threat to the indigenous community. Second, I am the local people. I am the local people. Not only these regions, not only the regions which are covered, I am talking not only about the Northeast India, across India. Now they can come to the central India and they can live in the tribal areas. So the problem will be to the indigenous communities if you give citizenship to these populations. So there is a threat to the demography of indigenous population. It makes illegal migrants eligible for citizenship on the basis of religion, which is blatant violation of Article 14 of the Constitution. Article 14 of the Constitution is telling that, Article 14 of the Constitution is telling that right to equality. Then that is the case why there is no equality for Muslims. It attempts to naturalize the citizenship of illegal migrants in the region. Already you are using the word called as illegal. Already you are using the word called illegal, but according to your discretion, according to the motto of the government, according to the wish of the government, illegal you are making legal. Another issue. It allows cancellation of OCI registration for violation of any law. This is a wide ground that may cover a range of violations. Simple point. Another simple point, that is overseas citizen of India. Overseas citizen of India, if anyone violates the conditions, some conditions were being provided under the Citizenship Amendment Act, like any person who is going to get a punishment of imprisonment 1 year. Earlier it was 2 years. Now, if any person is going to get the imprisonment of 1 year, he will be removed from the overseas citizen of India. That point also covered in this particular legislation. Issues in Northeast, mainly the problem is with Assam Accord of 1985. Assam Accord is an accord which is signed between the Rajiv Gandhi and the people's leaders of Assam. And in that Assam Accord, the agreement, the central government has agreed that we will not allow the illegal migrants to settle down in Assam. All the illegal migrants will be deported to their country. All the illegal migrants will be deported to their country. No illegal migrant will be provided with citizenship. That is the Assam Accord. That is the agreement. But now what you are doing? You are violating it. According to the law, you are violating it and you are giving citizenship to the minorities who are coming from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. So, it contradicts the Assam Accord of 1985, which states that illegal migrants irrespective of religion heading in from Bangladesh, problem in Northeast India is Bangladesh, after March 25, 1971 would be deported, but you are not deporting. In spite of not deporting, you are giving now citizenship based upon the religion. These people are angry now. But anyhow, later implementation in Assam, the Citizenship Amendment Act implementation in Assam was been stopped. Critics further argue that the extensive exercise of updating the National Register of Citizens will become null and void due to this Amendment Act. So they worked a lot. They worked a lot and they made a National Register of Citizens. They categorically, very clearly found who are locals and who are illegal migrants, and they are not added to the list. Now everything became futile. Why? Because you are suddenly telling that whoever are not there in the list also, we will add them into the list if they are minorities in these countries. So the total exercise of NRC is futile exercise. There are an estimated 2 crore illegal Bangladeshi migrants in Assam, and they have inalienably altered the demography of the state. besides putting a severe strain on the state's resources and economy. Nearly 2 crore illegal migrants are there. What they will do? They will change their religion. What they will do? They will change their religion and they will tell that I am Hindu, they will tell that I am Christian, they will tell that I am Sikh. Just by changing the religion, now they can get the citizenship of the country. When they get the citizenship of the country, the population, demographic differences, demographic alteration means the population differences will total Northeast India. Why? Because the Bangladeshi migrants spread across the Northeast India. Not only Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, Manipur, all the places. That is another issue. In the same lines, what is the government stand? The government stand is, the government has clarified that Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh are Islamic republics. Means they are fundamentalist countries. There the majorities are Muslims. Why they will persecute their own people? Why they will persecute their own people? Hence, addition of Muslims is unquestionable. We are not going to add any of the Muslims. Why? Because from these 3 countries are Islamic republics, hence the majority are Muslims. So, Muslims are in majority, hence they cannot be treated as persecuted minorities. When they are not a minority, how I can treat them? How I can give them citizenship? The government stand directly, blatantly rejected that Muslims are going to be discriminated. The government has cited the partition of India on religious lines and subsequent failure of Nehru-Liaquat Pact in protecting the rights and dignity of the minorities in Pakistan and Bangladesh as the reason for bringing this bill. It is like a revenge story. The government stand. The government is telling that, see, we tried a lot. We tried a lot for the protection of minorities. Means who? Protection of minorities in Pakistan and now Bangladesh means who? Hindus. There was a pact happened between the Nehru and Liaquat. The pact signed that the minorities in India, Muslims will be protected and the minorities in Pakistan, Hindus will be protected. But in Pakistan, there is a blatant violation. Hindus were being persecuted. We told the Pakistan government to give citizenship to the Hindus who are living there as minorities. The Pakistan government didn't bother. Then why I should bother if the public or if the population who is coming from Pakistan or Bangladesh? On humanitarian grounds, you have to accept. That is what the Indian Muslim population is telling. On humanitarian grounds, you are a secular country, you are a democratic country, you are a republic country, you are having a single constitution. Why you are comparing with Pakistan? Are you getting my point? That is what the government is not telling, that I am violating the constitution. No, the government is not telling. The government is not telling that I am violating any person's right. Why? Because those people are other country people. See, there is no violation of constitution. Why? Because that is the reason the Supreme Court also told the Citizenship Amendment Act is legally correct. I am discriminating based upon the nationality. Yes, we can discriminate. You are thinking Indian government is questioning the parties, political parties and the Muslim community that I am not discriminating based upon the religion. I am discriminating based upon the nationality. And basically they are minority there. On humanitarian grounds, I am giving them nationality. That's it. I am giving them citizenship. I can deny that also. But they are persecuted there. They are suffering there. As a big brother of Asia, I want to provide citizenship to them. Why I am not giving to Muslims? Because those are Muslim countries and Muslim nationals. Why I should give citizenship? That is their country, that is their major country. That is the majority for them. As these people were being subjected to discrimination, atrocities, persecution, they are suffering, so on humanitarian grounds I am giving it. Yes, correct. So the discrimination is not on the lines of religion, but Indian Muslims are telling the same. Indian opposition parties are saying the same. But we have to understand that the discrimination is not based upon the religion, but the discrimination is based upon the nationality. Then why Afghanistan is included? Why Afghanistan is included? Because the persecuted minorities in Afghanistan are Hindus. The persecuted minorities are there in Afghanistan. In the parliament, the Amit Shah told that yes, we are accepting from Pakistan and Bangladesh. Why we are adding Afghanistan on humanitarian grounds? We want to protect the minorities. That you people are unable to understand. We are giving the safe havens. We are giving the safe havens to the population, mainly the minorities who are persecuted. They are not everyone. So Afghanistan on humanitarian grounds and Pakistan and Bangladesh on undivided India. Regarding questions of not included minorities from Sri Lanka and Myanmar, then why you didn't include it? From Sri Lanka and Myanmar, you should include, no? For them, we had refugees. For them, we had refugee camps. In Northeast India, there is a refugee camps for Myanmar persecuted minorities. In Tamil Nadu, we have refugee camps for the Tamilians who are coming from Sri Lanka. So, we are not giving the citizenship for these countries, but we are giving what? Refugee status. We are giving refugee status. Refugee status means the people of one nationality, when they are subjected to persecution, when they come to protect their livelihood, those people are called as refugees. Regarding questions of not including minorities from Sri Lanka, Myanmar, etc., the government clarified that the process of awarding citizenship to refugees has been undertaken by different governments in the past on case-to-case basis. For whom I should give, whom I should not give. Whom I should give, whom I should not give. It is on the case-to-case basis. There is no blatant law. We had a blatant law now only for the citizenship provided from these countries. For other countries, we have case-to-case discussion. And we are giving them refugee status. So, those refugees, if we want to convert into citizenship, it is case-to-case basis. For whom we want to give, we will give. For whom we want to deny, we will deny it. It is a case-to-case government arbitrary powers. On reasonable qualifications to Article 14. This time the case of refugees fleeing religious persecution from these three countries has been considered through this bill. For this time, we are considering these three countries. So, your question of Myanmar, your question of Sri Lanka, we will be taking care on case-to-case basis. Which we took earlier, which we will take later, or according to the wish of the government, but these three countries we are taking now as a law. %100% vote banking. 100% is vote banking only. It's a politics. Everyone knows it's a politics. But preparing for civil services, we should not use a word called as vote bank politics. We should not use this word. So I didn't use it. But informally, generally, if I tell, the direct thing is it's a vote bank politics. They know that, BJP government know that anyhow the Muslims are not going to vote for me. I will get the votes of Hindus. I will get the votes of Christians. I will get the votes of all the religious groups by this particular legislation. NRC, National Register of Citizens. NRC is the list which is provided only for the sake of finding illegal migrants. The people who are not present in this NRC list means they are illegal migrants. That is the significance of NRC. The nationals, the citizens of the country, the nationals and the citizens of the country are present in this NRC list. Whoever are not present but they are visible. Whoever are not present but they are visible are called as illegal migrants. Census document will not do that. Census document will not do that. There is a population register, is there? National population register also, just they will count the numbers. But the NRC will give the list who are the citizens of the country. And who are not the citizens of the country, their name will not be provided in this National Register of Citizens. That is the significance of NRC. I will have a book. So I will read person's name. Yes, you, Vasudev, are you there? Yes. Srisha, are you there? Yes. Kaumadi, are you there? Yes. There is one name called as Maniket. Maniket name is missing here in this list, but the person is visible. That person name is not there here. Means who is he? Illegal migrant. So the NRC is a list of citizens. Only citizenship. National Register of Citizenship or Citizens. The NRC is a list of Indian citizens and was prepared in 1951. For the first time we prepared in 1951. Why? Exodus of Hindu Muslims are happening across the borders of erstwhile Bangladesh, means erstwhile East Pakistan and West Pakistan. So we made an NRC at 1951, but it was not authenticate. Then again we started after Assam Accord. Then again we started after Assam Accord, and again we started now with the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2009. The process of NRC update was taken in Assam as per the Supreme Court order in 2013 in order to wean out cases of illegal migration from Bangladesh and other adjoining areas. NRC updation was carried out under the Citizenship Act of 1955 and according to the rules framed in the Assam Accord. The Assam government released the final draft of NRC on July 30, 2018. The list incorporates names of 2.89 crore people in that NRC. 2 crores 89 lakh people names are present out of 3.29 applicants. So the names of 40 lakhs have been left out. Means 40 lakhs names are missing in NRC. So who are these 40 lakhs? Illegal migrants. Now Assam people are telling that we found that 40 lakhs illegal migrants are there, and now suddenly you are telling that in that 40 lakhs, if any Muslim, if any Hindu, Christian, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, Christians, it's this 6 community people are present and who came to India before December 31st, 2014, I will add to the list. Now the local people will get angry or not? The local people raised the voice. That is the NRC. Parallelly, National Population Register is there. In front of UPSC building, National Population Register building will be there. Beside that, Census Commissioner building will be there. Shahjahan Road, UPSC Road. You can see the National Population Register, Census Commissioner's office. Those are only enumerators. Enumerators means calculators. Oh, how many are present? Oh, this is the attendance of the country. NRC, in the attendance of country, who are legal, who are illegal. That is the issue of NRC. So, the first ever NRC of India was made in 1951. Influx of immigrants into Assam, surge in voting population, trouble on the boil, agitation begins in Assam. Why? Because the population is increasing. The Illegal Migrants Determination by Tribunals Act of 1983, Assam Accord of 1985, Assam NRC final draft in 2018. Finally, the Assam is telling that we worked a lot and we came up with a final draft in 2018, and you made a law and you told that apart from Muslims, all the minorities of these 3 countries will be provided with citizenship, and our NRC number is going to increase now. So, the demography will change, they will get the voter card, the politics will change, the economics will change. That is the reason the people, the Assam people agitated. Why is it being carried out? Why is it being carried out? Crisis of identity. Why NRC was being carried out? Crisis of identity. Please, who are our people, who are other people, who are locals, who are non-locals? Please tell me the list. Everyone is moving in the market. I am unable to distinguish who is local and who is non-local, who is indigenous population, who is non-indigenous people. There should be categorization. No, for that categorization we are coming up with NRC. Crisis of identity. Mainly to come out of the crisis of identity. Oh, identity. These are indigenous people. These are foreign people. Influx of immigrants has created a crisis of identity among the indigenous, means local people, tribal people. Locals fear that their culture survivals will be affected. Political control weakened and employment opportunities undermined because of immigrants. Daily wage was 500 rupees. But now the illegal migrant came, he is suffering with hunger and poverty, now he is ready for 200 rupees. Whether I lost 300 rupees or not. Employment opportunity I lost. My leader used to contest the election, now outsider is contesting the elections and these illegal migrants are voting. So my leader is not going to, our region leader is not going to become the part of the leadership. So political equations are getting changed. Economical equations are getting changed. Environmental degradation, large areas of forest land were encroached upon by the immigrants for settlement and cultivation. So the environmental degradation is also happening. So find the NRC list and send them back. Increased financial burden. Immigration has increased pressure on the part of state government, like welfare activities, drinking water. People are increasing means the pressure will increase on the natural resources. When the people are increasing means the pressure on the government will increase. So, because of this, NRC was carried out. So, the illegal migrants will be sent out. Assam agitation. The failure of government to respond to the issue of illegal migration led to the agitation by the Assamese under the leadership of All Assam Gana Sangram Parishad, a students' union. Assam witnessed governmental instability, sustained civil disobedience campaign and worst cases of ethnic violence. Assam Accord was the result of this agitation. So people were been agitating for sending of this illegal migration from the country. Finally what happened? What is the result? Assam Accord. So according to the Assam Accord, the illegal migrants should be sent out. But what you are doing in 2019? Yes, illegal migrants will be sent out, but only which religion? Muslims. Illegal voters also. Assam agitation, mainly political power, political equations will change. Most of the Bangladeshi migrants have got their names enlisted in the voter list. That means they can determine now who will be the MLA, who will be the MP. The illegal migrants will determine. Then who are these illegal migrants? Muslims. Means Muslims are playing a very vibrant role in politics. So that is the reason the BJP government want to send the Muslim illegal migrants, but we should not tell it. That is the reason the Indian Muslims are agitating. If you want to send everyone. Why there is a selective discrimination? That means discrimination is there. Why this is worsening? The official presumption that people residing in Assam areas are foreigners has reduced several millions of this highly impoverished. So, Assam population is becoming more impoverished, more poverty oriented because population increasing, competition is increasing, livelihood opportunities are decreasing, employment opportunities are decreasing. So it became a case of worrisome. It has caused them abiding anxiety and uncertainty, hence they are taking weapons into their hands. United Liberation Front for Assam, a terrorist organization, very famous terrorist organization in 1980s, 1990s. Why? Because they got angry because of these illegal migrations. They asked for separate country once upon a time, United Liberation Front for Assam. When anxiety is there, uncertainty is there, the people will take the weapons. Hence the terrorism increased in this region. Women are especially in danger of exclusion from the citizenship register. Typically they have no birth certificates, are not sent to school and are married before they become adults. The problem is with women. No proof. They took birth, they didn't went to school. So no registration in at least school records. And they got married before 18 years, staying with husband in closed doors. So who is suffering now? Woman is suffering. Why? Because no evidence. Whether she went to school or after crossing 18 years, whether she got any Aadhaar card or voter card, nothing evidence is there. Woman is under trouble now. If she is a local or non-local. So this many reasons were been there against the NRC. This many reasons were been there against the Citizenship of Amendment Act, CAA. But the positive is yes, we need to send the illegal migrants to their own country. Why? Because already we don't have the resources. Already population is very large in India. If you go on giving the citizenship, the local people will suffer. True. Yes, you can give. But mainly if there is any refugee problem, if there is any wars in those countries on humanitarian grounds, you can give. And we should not make them to settle in one particular part of the country in Assam. You have to dilute them, you have to send across the country. If not, what will happen? The resources will be taken from that particular area only, the indigenous people will be. Way ahead. A person's citizenship is a basic human right. Every person should get the citizenship. It's a basic right. Declaring people foreigners in haste without judicially verifying their credentials can leave many human beings stateless. So what is the problem? The Muslims in 2019, they alleged the BJP government that you are giving the illegal migration status to those people who are living in India since 5 decades. So categorically you are fixing some of the Muslims as illegal migrants. Selectively you are fixing some of the Muslims as illegal migrants. Intentionally you are doing that you should not do. A person's citizenship is a fundamental right, yes. So there should be a proper terms of reference, a proper certainty, a document should be there. How? Assam residence list was being made. Whosoever name is not there, they can go and give application in foreigners tribunal. If this foreigners tribunal also declares that you are illegal migrant, then they can go to the High Court, then they can go to the Supreme Court, that is final. So for the local body will declare them as illegal migrants, then there will be a foreigners tribunal. In that foreigners tribunals, you have to prove that you are not illegal migrant. If it is also proved, then you can go to the High Court, then to the High Court, that is the final. So there is appellate is there. So the people are getting thrown out. So the question here is, why you are not giving citizenship to the Muslims, number one. The doubt is, number two, and you are giving the Muslims who came from Bangladeshi as illegal migrants. Very good. But our doubt is, you might tell all the Muslims are illegal migrants. Saying what? You are also Muslim when you don't have the evidence. Mainly who don't have the evidence? Uneducated Muslims. Women, majdoor, laborers. Why? Because they will not go to school, they will not get voter card, they will not get Aadhaar card, they will not have any evidence. Then if you are staying from 5 decades also, if you don't have one identity card also, you are not the citizen of the country. So there is a chance of selectively you might send the Muslims out of the country. That was the doubt in the minds of Muslims. That led to agitation. India as a country which follows the ideology of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, should not be hasty in taking decisions that can disfranchise our citizens. Contradicting his centuries followed values, you should not do it. You should not target one community. The need of the hour is that union government should clearly come out the course of action regarding the fate of excluded people from the final NRC, and political parties should refrain from coloring the entire NRC process through electoral prospect that may snowball in the communal violence. There is a need for a robust mechanism of legal support for the 4 million who have to prove their citizenship of India with their limited means. Why? Because 40 lakh people are outside the NRC. Now it's a very tough task for those 40 lakh people to prove that we are part of India. So don't see through politics, don't see through religion, so see through the values of the country which is called as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and give them chance to prove their citizenship. If they are unable to prove the citizenship, please send them, but don't discriminate on the lines of religion.